Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DutchRC channel. What I'll be doing today is teach you how to do flips. Yes, basic flips, and this video is especially for people that have been flying toy grade quadcopters, multi-rotors, that have that button to do auto flips, right? So basically, if you've done that, you can't do flips, right? So when you move on to more serious quadcopters, such as this one, I'm not sure if I'd call this a hobby grade quadcopter, but it can do flips, it can fly in acro mode. So with this quadcopter I'll first show you what flips look like, and also to show you that I actually can do flips. Otherwise, yeah, someone that can't do flips teaches you how to do flips. That's not... I'm being recorded here. So we'll do that first, then I'll take you to the simulator. And why is that? Well, then I can have the transmitter in view. So yeah, that's handier, so you can analyze what I actually do. So let's do some flipping first. Here we go. Alright, obviously acro mode, and I'm in full rates. Here we go. It is very, very windy, by the way, so it's the flips will probably look a little jagged, but there you go, flip. And again, is this a toy grade or a hobby grade quadcopter? It is pretty powerful. I really like the XK X350. And it flips easy, as you can see. I'm doing all flips at zero throttle. In a minute I'll tell you why. But well, as you can see, I can do flips, and they're pretty easy with this quadcopter. It has an abundance of power. It's a bit of a shame that it's this windy. But well, that's life in the Netherlands. Okay, so much for my real life demo. Let's go to the studio now and show you some simulator flips. And then I'll tell you how to teach yourself to do these kinds of flips. Alrighty people, we are now in the simulator. And in this simulator I will teach you in 3 steps how to do flips. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you can see my transmitter. And I am flying in mode 2, so this, the left stick, is my throttle, and these are my ailerons or bank left and right. This is my elevator or pitch forward and backwards, and this is my yaw. Keep that in mind. So, how to do flips like so. I will teach you in 3 basic steps. In most toy grade quadcopters, like the ones you've been flying thus far, throttle control isn't a major concern. You can fly toy grade quadcopters all day long at 50% throttle. If you have a less powerful toy grade quadcopter, you can fly it all the time at 100% throttle. Now, if you want to do flips, let me show you. You have to catch the quadcopter sometimes right above the ground, like so. Oops. And you have to end the rotation with your throttle. So good throttle control is mandatory. And what you want to do as the first step, every time you take your new brushless quadcopter out, do a bit of hovering right above the ground, kick it up a bit, and then try and catch it with your throttle. Might be a bit boring, but once again, for good flips you need good throttle control. So every time you start out a new flight with your brushless quadcopter, do a short session of throttle control practice like this. Alternate the throttle a bit and catch the quadcopter right above the ground. Preferably do this on a nice grass field, so if you have the quadcopter crash into the ground, the quadcopter won't get damaged. So that's step one, throttle control. I think that's pretty obvious that you need to have good throttle control to do flips. Now, I've been flying this quadcopter in the simulator in acro mode the whole time, and you can see that from the blue bar at the bottom. Now I'm in auto level mode, and like this I'm in acro mode. So the quadcopter, if I bank it left, it will just keep on banking left until I correct that. So, second step, teach yourself to fly in acro mode. Somehow my simulator is acting up at the moment. I'm sorry about that. Doesn't really matter. Obviously you don't want to start out in acro mode by doing full courses like I'm doing now. Start out by simply hovering it in place, then maybe doing some figure eights, and after a good 10 flights or so you'll be able to fully fly it in acro mode like I'm doing now, even though my simulator is acting up. If you didn't know that already, you can do flips in auto level mode, but you'll do most of your flipping in acro mode. It's far more easy. Okay, so depending on how many flights you do a week, spend a couple of weeks teaching yourself how to fly in acro mode. And once you've got that down, you are ready for step 3, the actual flipping. So let's land the quadcopter. Okay, how do we do the actual flips? Well, you do the flip by giving the quadcopter some upward inertia to give yourself some room above the ground, like this. Simply give it a punch. That's the first step in the flip. And as you can see, as you can hopefully see, even if I cut the throttle, it keeps on moving upward for a few seconds, well, 1.5 seconds maybe. And that's the time you will use for your flip. Now I will be doing all flips in with 0 throttle. You can do flips with a little bit of throttle, but the flip will be a little slower at 0 throttle, and then you can keep track of your quadcopter easier. So punch, and then you apply any kind of direction. We'll be doing sideways flips to the right. So punch, direction. And yes, I crashed the quadcopter now because I didn't catch the flip. Let me do that once more. So I punch it, direction. And as you can see, the quadcopter made a complete flip this time, right? And let me actually slow down the next flip so you can analyze it and look at my sticks as well. So here we go. There you go. I hope that was clear. I apply that punch, then I give any kind of direction, in this case bank right, and then I cut the throttle while it's in its flip. Again, punch, direction, and then I cut the throttle. This one went a bit too slow. But once again, punch, direction, and then you cut the throttle. Oh, this one was terrible. Once again, up, right, punch, direction, and then you cut the throttle. Okay, and the last step in the flip is obviously to catch the quadcopter. And here comes that first step we talked about in place, the throttle control. You will find that the first few times you will apply too much throttle when catching the quadcopter. So when the quadcopter has completed its flip, its 360 degrees flip, you then apply some throttle and you'll see that the quadcopter will stop its rotation and then you can catch it. Okay, here we go. That was terrible. Let me try that again. There. Once it has completed its rotation, I then apply some throttle to catch the quadcopter. Here we go. Well, that looked pretty easy, I hope. Once more. Punch. I am over exaggerating the punch a bit, but just to make it clear. So you punch, direction, and then you catch it. And yeah, obviously you can do the same thing in a forward or backward flip, up. As you can see, once I apply throttle again, it'll stop its rotation. Now you might have noticed that I hold on to the direction, the bank or the forward or backward pitch, while the quadcopter is in its rotation. That's not necessary. As you can see, the flip will just continue if you let go of the stick. Now, if you have mastered that, oops, I lost track of my quadcopter there, sorry. Once you've mastered that, you might want to try and do in-flight flips, which look, hot damn, talking and flying a quadcopter, yeah. Once again, you might want to do in-flight flips like this. And as you can see, I no longer exaggerate the punch, because I don't want to have the quadcopter fly up a whole lot. That doesn't look right. Yeah, in-flight flips, it's simply a progression of the flips you've now practiced, the in-place flips, and it's all about timing really. The moment you apply throttle again determines if the transition like this is smooth. As you can see, my pitch is always forward, and that's all in timing. And yeah, maybe you can also try double flips, but that's it's all the same process really. And as I said before, you can do the flips with a little bit of throttle left in there. As you can see, the flip is then faster, and it'll be harder to keep track of the quadcopter. So once again, if you are starting out with the flips business, it's easier to do the flips at zero throttle. far easier to keep track of your quadcopter. Now, if you have access to a flight simulator like I am flying in right now, it is obviously beneficial to do these exercises in the flight simulator. Yeah, I did have a few crashes. Normally, if I am not doing a narration in a foreign language, I can pretty much nail every flip, but oh well. Okay, so throttle control, then acro mode, flying, and then punch, rotate and catch. That's all there's to it. Oh, and yeah, as you can see, sometimes you will find that the rotation speed isn't sufficient. And then you can apply some throttle mid-turn to speed it up. Okay, I hope this was somewhat informative. If you have any questions though, or maybe you want me to do a follow-up video on this, please let me know. And yeah, you will, just like me, crash while practicing flips. So get a good stash of propellers handy, I'd say. For now, thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye!